way to get to your identity first, Kevin, that's usually the team that's going to take advantage of their opponent. Just don't try to do too much, because you're looking at that team, you're thinking about down the road, that's the team we could be facing, and if we were to face each other, it would be for the gold ball. So stay within yourself, keep your identity tonight, don't try to do too much.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Cleveland, you got the captain. Huey is out there with Houdini. Then it's Mr. Perfect, and it's Tavares in at the center position. Warriors on D. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, it felt like they were teenagers during the summer. Low levels of activity, allowed too many good looks. Just not their night.
And it's Vesely missing. Cleveland with the ball. About 1 minute into the first quarter, and it's Big Dog with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Here's Huey. Tavares kicks to Randall. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
Cavaliers on D. This time they met in Cleveland.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
But they had a few important guys sitting there on the bench at a time when they really could have used them on the floor. They have to play much more in control here tonight.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Houdini passes to Huey. Lays it up and banks it in. Huey's got his first bucket in this one.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Passes it to Slukas. They set the pick. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Houdini. Randolph a screen. Pass to Fernandez. Feeds it to Randolph. 4 on the clock. Over Vesely. No good off the front eye. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Bottoms the pass to Slukas. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Stolen away. Here's Houdini. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
One thing we've seen from the Warriors is that this team's ability to turn things on and just put teams away is remarkable. They hit a switch, the defense causes some turnovers, and in the blink of an eye, 10, 12, 15 points, and you're down big.
First one drops. And that burst of scoring and intensity with the Warriors. You know, Brent, sometimes it feels like they only need to play 6 to 10 good minutes of basketball to win a game.
Yeah, sometimes that's all they do, Kevin, and then they let the defense take over. And I think that that's what's most amazing about this Warriors roster. It's relentless, but it's relentless on both ends of the floor. You sleep on defense, and offensively they take advantage. And if you're not sharp yourself on the offensive end, the Warriors are just too good down there.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Tyronn Lue. Dave, what do you have to say?
Look,
Kevin, they need to get back on defense. He said the challenge of facing a fast break team like this is limiting transition points. He told his players, if you're not running, you're sitting. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Kicked by Randall. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Fernandez. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Warriors trail by 3. Pass to Mealy. Golden State moving it around. Dishes it to Vesely. And the pass to Slutis. And there's the feed to Vesely. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Huey, the pass to Houdini. Makes good on the step-back jumper. Houdini's got 6.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? I just love watching him operate inside.
Now the dish to Vesely. A three-pointer off the mark.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and the shots are going all over the place in this period.
Pass to Huey. Here's Tavares. They set the pick. Pass to Huey. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The pass to the great. Here's Big Dog, defended by Fernandez. From 12 feet out. A nice shot by Vesely. Vesely's got his second basket of the night.
And at his height, you have to like what he gives you as a shooter.
But when he squares up from the medium range, there's little things you can do to stop him.
Here's Houdini. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. It's a long season, 82 games. The top teams weathering the storm all year and try to gain home court advantage. Talk about how home court in the playoffs can be so vital, so important.
Well, there's something to be said, Kevin, about routine. They've done some studies over the past couple years that having the home court advantage, especially in the playoffs, is worth about 3.5 points more to any basketball team. So if you were to tell me I'm playing at home, I'm playing in the playoffs, and then I get an extra 3 points, I'd take that every time.
Dixon passes to Thompson. Golden State needs to get off a shot. From deep.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. This is it to Houdini. Pass to Maciulis. It's Carroll on the wing. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Golden State.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Stolen by Thompson. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. The generally checked in for the Cavaliers. Warriors trail by 8. The pass to Goulet. scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Now Carroll passes to Quizer. Back to Carroll. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Here's Quizer. It's intercepted. Here's Dixon. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And we get a moment to check out the team scoring leaders. The Warriors, number 1. The Cavaliers, 5th.
You know, both these teams can beat you in so many ways, but it's usually by outscoring you. They possess a whole lot of offensive firepower. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. That one misses.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Here's Quizer. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
There's a screen. Cowboy passes to Dixon. Golden State moving it around. Kicks to Detoma. Pass to Gulen. Tries a 3. Taylor with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 7. The pass to Quizer. Pocket 6. Puts it up from 15. That one's no good. That makes them 1 for 2. Warriors shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Dixon passes to Gulen. Yes, that goes in. Shagan Banks got his first 2 points of the night.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
And Brent, something you have to praise Kerr for last season. He did an excellent job of bringing all that talent together and getting them on the same page. Not very easy with star players and big names.
Well, he had to tinker with the rotation a little bit, and then he had to also make sure that guys had confidence in their ability, and Steve was able to do that. The interesting part about all of that, Kevin, is that there were a lot of games that Steve was not there for. And for that kind of leadership, that kind of message, to be sustained in the absence of your head coach, that should tell you all you need to know about just how solid the ground is for the Golden State Warriors.
There's 37 seconds left in the first. And the shot falls short this time.
Yeah, tough with his shot so far off right now. They're going to have to tap someone else to step up until he finds it.
Here's Taylor. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Pass to Thompson. To the middle. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it.
Poor decision making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
Carroll with it. Over Dixon. And Carroll gets it to go. Carroll's got his first basket. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Cavaliers. Warriors trail by 7. We've got P. Thompson is out there with Cowboy. Then it's the Machine. And it's Dixon in at the point. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. This is it to Cowboy. Here's the Machine. Here's Cowboy. Carroll covering. 5 on the clock. Pass to Cowboy. Ball stolen. Here's Quizer. He dishes it to Carroll. And the pass to Quiser. 6 to shoot. Over Thompson. And a great job by Liddy contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Here's the franchise. Carroll covering. Beyond the arc. Thompson misses.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. The contested three is not your objective. One more maybe.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
There's the pick. Here's Cowboy. Trains the three-pointer. Cowboy's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Passes it to Machulis. Carroll for 3. That shot off the mark. The Warriors go the other way. Pass to Dixon. Here's Nunley. Carroll covering. Here's the machine. Here's Dixon. Misses in close.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Always a fun topic. If you could start
that want to play with somebody like that, a young player that's growing
in for the A-Train. Mr. Perfect comes in for Taylor. And Huey subbed in for the General. Warriors trail by 8. The pass to the machine. Out to the wing. Nunley passes to Slukas. Golden State moving the ball around. Feeds it to Vesely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Carroll. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
has to be frustrated out there right now. His teammates are really picking up the slack for a lackluster offensive night.
Nunley passes to Vesely. Here's Nunley. Here's the monster, defended by Fernandez. There's Slukas. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the first one calls for. Houdini is checked in for the Prophet. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Here's Houdini. 9 points in the game so far. Offensive rebound. Mid-chance shot. He lays it in. Houdini's got the lead up to 9 now for the Cavs.
And then they continue to control the glass.
Passes it to the machine. Here's Nunley. And the Warriors miss again. For Cleveland, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. And Fernandez kicks to you. Here's Houdini. He's got 11. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. And even 3-on-3 break. Slukas passes to the machine. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. There's a break in the action, so let's now take a look at the teams with the highest field goal shooting percentage. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. The Warriors, number 1. The Cavaliers, 5th.
And here we've got 2 teams shooting the ball so well on the season, and neither one hesitates to pull the trigger. This is a great matchup.
Vesely passes to Bailey. Rejected by Randolph. Here's Fernandez. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. There's Bottoms. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Slukas. Here's the monster from deep. And again, no good by Golden State.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Now the pass to Huey. They set the screen. That pushes it to double digits. Huey's got his third bucket of the night.
I give some credit to the screen out there. That
Warriors trail by 11. Passes it to Bottoms. Here's the great. Golden State moving the ball around. Slukas passes to the great. Shot clock at 6. Here's Vesely. It doesn't go for him. So Cleveland will take it the other way.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Huey. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Pass to Bottoms. Here's Big Dog. Here's Bailey. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Here's Huey. He's got 6. There's a screen. Got a piece of it, and he recovers it. To end the drought, and he hits the jump shot. The Cavaliers shooting 39% from the floor, not their best. A floater, got a hand on it. There's Big Dog. Ripped away. Here's Huey. Got a piece of it. They get it back. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Cavaliers have been good at the line so far. 5 of 5. And the Warriors with some changes. Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for the Monster. And Shake and Bake subbed in for Big Dog. Tompkins checked in for Cleveland. Throw good, Randall.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
There's the pass to the great. Here's Goulier. Over in the corner, Tome. And now here's Fernandez, the fast break opportunity. Sweet little floater. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Passes it to the great. Here's Bottoms, defended by Fernandez. Goulier passes to Bottoms. To the left side wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Goulier. The three-pointer is right on target. Shakovic got 5 now. Cleveland leading by 13. And Huey kicks to Randall. That's tipped. Here's Bottoms. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Now Cleveland shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Here's Huey. Got a piece of it.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him and has to be weighing on him.
Here's Goulier. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Hey, Brad, it's been said before that champions have no off season. thinking about that, what's your take on the balance between resting your body after a long year versus really pushing the strength and conditioning that could take you to another level the next year?
Well, I could throw it back at you, Kevin, and ask you about as you get older and your body changes, you have to do different things, right?
And more, yeah.
Right. So in your younger years, if you don't make the playoffs or you're in the playoffs, maybe to take 1 month off and get right back into the gym, your body's ready to do that and in tune. Take a player that's 10 years down the road, there's no reason for you to push your body. You can be a little more specialized and be a little more efficient in terms of what you do in the off season to get ready for what a training camp represents, and then of course the upcoming season.
Dishes it to Detome. Pass to Goulet. They set the pick. Here's Cowboy. 6 to shoot. Detome, the pass to Thompson. Shot on the wing. And Tompkins pulls it down. The Cavaliers leading by 12. The pass to Machulis. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Houdini. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Houdini's got 16 points.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
The feed to Detome. Pass to Cowboy. Here's the franchise. Pass to Goulet. The dish now to Detome. Tries a three. Taylor with the rebound. Taylor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Right wing. Here's Quizer. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And there's the pass to Cowboy. Here's Goulet. To the wing right side. Detome kicks to Thompson. Here's Goulet. Back to Thompson. Pass to Detome. He feeds it to Thompson. Passes it to Cowboy. He kicks it to Detome. To the left side wing. Can they get it? That misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. And so it's Cleveland in command with the 6-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Warriors trail by 16. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Huey is out there with Houdini. Then it's Mr. Perfect. Then there's the captain. And it's Tavares in at the 5. Kicks it to Vesely. Pass to the great. Here's the monster. Clock at 4. Shoots. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
And Huey kicks to Tavares. Here's Randolph. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. And there's the pass to Maley. Here's Bottoms. Out to the right wing. Here's Vesely. Bangs home the trifecta. Vesely's got 8.
Love to see it when he pulls up from the outside. A big guy with tremendous range is a prized commodity in today's NBA.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of basketball. Here's Fernandez. It's rebounded by Golden State.
They just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
Slukas passes to Maley. Here's the great. Here's Big Dog, defended by Fernandez. Feeds to Vesely. Passes it to the great. Jacks up a 3. He's off on that one. And Cleveland the other way now. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Houdini. Rebound by Vesely. Vesely's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to the great. Here's Big Dog. From 13. That one, no good. Cleveland leading by 11. The pass to Houdini. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And that one is good. 18 points for him.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense.
While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Warriors, number 1.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast-breaking style, and they are all in.
Some nice passing by Golden State. Passes it to Bailey. Here's Bottoms. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bottoms got 5.
Not a shot the coaches are going to draw up often for him, and he makes it with the defense closing in.
And Huey kicks to Carroll. Pass to Huey. Here's Tavares. Randolph dishes to Fernandez. And there's the call on Mr. Perfect. That's foul number 2 for him. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Cavaliers.
Well, you have to give him credit because he's done everything he can to help contribute, but it doesn't appear to be in the cards for him tonight. A lot of strange releases, and he just isn't the same efficient scorer that we're used to seeing.
The Machines checked in for the Warriors. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the West is stacking up. You look at Houston. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, there's the Warriors, right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And seeing where the Warriors are, a lot to live up to this season. And really, they have come through. It can be hard on a team when the expectations are that high, trust me, but it has not bothered them one bit.
Well, as high as those expectations were, they've only gotten higher as the season has gone along. They look poised to make a serious run at the trophy come playoff time.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Maley. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Carroll passes to Huey. There's a screen from past the arc. Unable to get that one.
Even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Pass to Tavares. Here's Huey. He has 6. And it's blocked. And the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot. Instead, a shooting foul. And we'll see free throws coming up right here. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Hey, Brent, we've seen Hall of Fame players become coaches, but often it seems like the smart role player, they sustain more success in that role of head coach. Why is that?
I think, Kevin, a lot of times the role player is a conduit between both ends of the spectrum of your team. He can communicate with the star player. He can also talk to the guy who's the 12th man on the bench and make sure that both of them are getting what it is that they need to be in the best position to succeed. That's why you see a lot of players in that middle ground who do a great job of becoming NBA coaches as they understand the role of each.
And the work ethic, too, because for role players, maybe it hasn't come as easy. Whereas for a superstar, it was too easy.
That's true, Kevin. And how much work do you have to do with the most talented player on your team? It's pretty specific what his role is going to be. I think a role player who ends up being a coach understands the work dynamic of the rest of the team surrounding that player to create a great positive environment around your star.
Now here's Carroll. He's guarded closely. Bucket is good. Carroll's got 8 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Tompkins checked in. Golden State moving the ball around. Fires from 14. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist from Datome. Thompson's got his first points of the night. Here's Huey. 8 points for him. The pass to Reyes. He dishes it to Tompkins. Good D by Johnson. Warriors trail by 10. Here's Nunley. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here's Huey. Down low, Tompkins drops in the layup for 2. Tompkins has got his first points of the game.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Passes to the machine. Dishes it to Datome. Shot clock at 6. Pass to the machine. Here's the franchise. Carroll covering. Nunley can't get it to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And there's the feed to Carroll. Now the Warriors moving it up. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Warriors shot their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Some changes for Golden State. Cowboy comes in for P, and Shake and Bake subbed in for the machine. Then for the Cavaliers, A-Train, he's checked in for the waiter. And it's the general in for the Prophet. Cleveland leading by 9. Here's Cozier. Here's Cozier. There's the pick. Shot clock at 5. Out to the right wing. Huey, good on the 3-point shot. Huey's got 11 points.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
The pass to Dixon. Trying his luck deep. Hands it from downtown. 10 points for him.
And that's from beyond, guys. Right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the 3-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
Passes it to Huey. And Thompson sends it back. Here's the break. Here's Datome. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Not sure you can ask for a better look. He can make those shots while sleeping.
Pass to Machunas. Here's Cozier. Here's the pass to Huey. Here's the screen. Passes it to Cozier. Takes a 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
10,000 hours of practice at work here, blocking out all distractions and just shooting your shot.
Dixon passes to Goulet. Here's the franchise. There's the dish to Datome. Here's Cowboy. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Taylor kicks to you. Pass to Machunas. Left side, Taylor. The pass to Ewing. Just goes there. He's got 7. He used that pick just right. And now it's a 12-point Cavalier lead.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's the franchise. Out left to the wing. From outside, off the mark. Ewing. You can't get that one to fall. And a lot of easy shots, easy baskets.
Yeah, you heard him. Ice the screens. Communicate. Give me everything you've got defensively.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The great out there with Cowboy, and it's the natural. Then there's Big Dog, and it's Goulier in at the 2. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Passes to Cowboy. There's the pick. Some nice passing by Golden State. Pass to Sluts. Out to the wing. From deep. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
And as they're trailing in this game, that they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Houdini passes to Quizer. Picked by Randolph. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
And the Cavs' big 3 completed with the trade of #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love. Brent, if they had to do it all over again, you still think they make that trade?
Absolutely, Kevin. They brought a championship to Cleveland, a drought of 54 years, and Kevin Love was a big reason why they got to the top of the mountain. So I would absolutely make that trade.
First free throw is good.
Go back over the history of the Warriors, and something I'm quite familiar with growing up in the Bay Area. The fans of this team really suffered through a lot, now enjoying the golden age of Golden State Warrior basketball.
The Monsters checked in for Cowboy. And Cleveland with a change here too. Tavares is checked in. And he makes both free throws. And the Warriors, as we all know, were a slumping franchise from the late 70s up until this current run. Only 6 playoff appearances from 1978 to 2012.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me that, Kevin, because I was going to the games growing up as a kid in the Bay Area. But amazing to see that this franchise has found some success and that they found it in Oakland for the fans who have starved for this kind of play for so long. 40 years between championships, and now the golden era for the Golden State Warriors.
Bottoms, he's checked in for Shake and Bake. And so here is Golden State. They trail by 11.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. A contested 3 is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Offline from the top of the key.
Looked a little bit forced. No reason for it either. The defense was not even in the frame.
Pass to Tavares. Here's Houdini. There's a screen. Stolen by Vesely. The pass to Bottoms. Beyond the arc. Count it. And the Cavalier lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Vesely.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
To the paint. Here's Tavares. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Impeccable from the line since halftime. a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that. And Cleveland making a change here. Fernandez is checked in. And the second free throw, good. And here are the Warriors now. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Pass to Bailey. Here's the great. Here's Bottoms. Pass to the great. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Big Dog. He's covered by Randolph. The pass to Slukas. Off target with his 3.
And really credit their advantage on the backcourt. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Here's Gobert. Passes to Houdini. Randolph a screen. Off the pick. And too long on the shot. Warriors trail by 9. Here's Big Dog. Pass to Bailey. Here's Bottoms. Here's Big Dog. Defended by Fernandez. And the 3-ball is good. 8 points for Bottoms.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Randolph. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
Just a great attack mentality. Got right through the defense to finish strong inside.
There's the screen. Slukas passes to the great. Here's the monster. Here's the great. Golden State moving it around. It's up a 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Houdini's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now the pass to Quiser. From the baseline. It's rebounded by Golden State. Vesely's got his 6th rebound on the night. Kalinic. Fernandez with the rebound.
A bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these 2 teams in that area.
I'd like to catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He is not pleased. He told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. It was one stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Randolph a screen. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Shot.
And he makes the first. makes both from the line.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Passes it to Bailey. Out left to the wing. Here's Big Dog. 5 to shoot. Here's the three. And another three for Golden State.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Randolph a screen. Here's Huey. It's rebounded by Golden State. Here's Big Dog. The baseline J. And the Warriors can have 2 more.
You know, you hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here.
Houdini passes to Huey. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Pass to Bailey. He feeds it to Vesely. Here's a good screen. Bailey passes to Slukas. Now, here's Vesely. Fires from the line. Rebound by Tavares. Tavares has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
Here's Huey. That's a floater go. Missile on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater. Mind the lane. Mind the lane. 1 shot.
Warriors trail by 9. Down low. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
The great pass to Slukas. And there's the foul, and it's on Garbage Man. That's foul number 2 for him. Slukas passes to the great. And the pass to Bottoms. Here's the great. Clock is at 3. He kicks to Vesely. And it's off from 3-point range. The Cavaliers leading by 9. Houdini passes to Ewing. Feeds to Fernandez. Kicks it to Randolph. 13 feet away. Basket counts. And so it's Golden State with it. Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now it's
And just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Bessel. And Ewing kicks to Tavares. Passes it to Houdini. Nice shot by Randolph. Randolph's got 6 points in the quarter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim. They get the finish.
Pass to the Great. There's Big Dog. He's covered by Randolph. The Great passes to Bailey. And there's the pass to Slutens. Now Cleveland moving it up. Lays it in off the breakaway. 20 points for Garbage Man.
And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, then he's off to the races.
And a good decision on the move. Too often we see teams have this kind of opportunity and fail to convert.
There's Big Dog. Passes to Bottoms. Golden State moving the ball around. The Great passes to Vesely. Goes to the reverse layup and packs it in. Vesely's got 10 points in just the second half. Cavaliers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Cavaliers.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Garbage Man.
He came in with a focus and brought that dominant performance to the defense all night long, controlling the pace of the game and was firing on all cylinders.
Here's the Great. Pass to Slutens. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
All keyed right there from the lead pass. Right on the money.
So it's the Cavaliers now. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge.